Do good, Mavericko here. Welcome to podcast episode number 60. I just wanted to talk about what might be a really newbie-friendly way to make $10,000 in profit per month. There's a lot of people these days talking about making $1 million, making $1 million, and they're talking about revenue. Oh, I thought you just made $1 million in profit. No, they're talking about revenue. And that's the same thing also with 10K per month. There's a lot of talk about 10K per month. It really seems to be one of the big milestones out there, which is 10K per month. But it doesn't matter if you make 10K per month if it is in revenue and zero profit. So let's talk about $10,000 in profit per month. I'm not an expert, just to be perfectly clear on that. I'm in the process of building my own online education and community platform. I call it Terrific 30. And my concept is that I'm interviewing 30 experts or 30 real life success stories. And then I'm turning those interviews into a course and a community, and sometimes also a book. So that's roughly my concept. And one thing that is really trending these days is paid communities, especially after Alex Hormozi invested in School, the platform that Sam Ovens started. Especially after that, it really gained a lot of popularity. But apart from School, which might in some ways be hyped up, apart from that, I don't think paid communities is just a fad at all. I think it's truly something that is here to stay for a long time. And yeah, when it comes to paid communities and it's trending so much, like the investors say, the trend is your friend. And in many cases, that's totally the case. It's a lot easier to build a business in a growing industry, in a growing market, than in a stagnant one or a decreasing one or a shrinking one. So if the market is growing, it is kind of like a rising tide lifts all boats. And also the thing is that for a lot of niches and industries out there, an online paid community doesn't even exist. So you can basically build one without competition from other paid communities in that category. So there's a lot of advantages to it. And yeah, another thing is that most communities are built as a subscription business, a membership business, which is also a great advantage because it's a lot more predictable. It's easier to get to $10,000 in predictable monthly profit if you have a subscription business, because then it's more reliable, but also because it is kind of easier to build up to it in some ways, because if you're building from scratch, let's say you start at 0, and if the first month you get 16 members, okay, when month 1 ends and month 2 begins, are you starting from 0? So now you have to get from 0 to 16 members again? No, you can continue. So now you start from 16, maybe a few cancel. So let's say you start at 14 in month 2, and you grow from there to the next step and next step. So you're not starting from 0 on every single month. You're kind of compounding it or snowballing it, growing it. And also, when it comes to paid communities, the thing that I see happening a bunch is that it seems to be a lot less overcomplicated compared to many online business models. When it comes to several of these success stories that I've interviewed so far, I just interviewed a few of them, but still, this early on, I'm still seeing several of them that started from zero, and pretty much in like 2 to 3 months, they were already at $10,000 in profit per month. An older lady used mainly TikTok and YouTube. She created and posted content daily, and at the end of month 2, she was already at about $14,000 in revenue, and with the high margins of a paid community, that was probably like at least $10,000 in profit per month. So yeah, another reason for why a paid community might really be a newbie-friendly business model is that it requires a lot less expertise than other businesses. When it comes to a lot of online businesses, there are many variables involved. It requires a lot of skills. That's one thing. Another thing is that people often have to be an expert in many things. But when it comes to paid communities, you don't have to position yourself as the expert at this subject and you're teaching it inside your paid community. No, that's just one way people are running paid communities. You can make a paid community it's not about the teaching at all. Maybe your paid community is more about the network and the access to the other members inside, so they can mastermind, collaborate, do cross promotions, stuff like that. There are a lot of industries out there where people, historically speaking, they have been doing a lot of joint ventures, cross promotions, collaborations, partnerships, stuff like that. And if you choose one of those to make a paid community in, the value of the community itself can be more than enough for people to become a member and stay a member for a long period of time. So if you look at it that way, does it matter if you're an expert? Let's say you start a paid community for what's one niche where collaborations have often been done? Maybe it's rental real estate investors. If you start a community for those, would they ask, yeah, but do you really have, how much experience do you really have as a real estate investor? Are you really an expert at this? Would that be what they were asking you? No, I think more of the question they would be asking you is, who are the other members? Who are the members? Who do I get access to by joining this community? What's the advantage? What's in it for me? So yeah, my point is you don't always have to be an expert to build a paid community, especially not on the subject or industry that you're building a paid community in. So yeah, there are a lot of reasons for why this actually might be a really newbie-friendly online business, and a newbie-friendly way to get to $10,000 in profit per month. I'm not saying it's super easy and everything like that, but I'm talking about success stories and they exist. How newbie all of them were, I'm not sure. The lady that I interviewed, I think she was pretty new at it because she was starting from zero and she barely even knew what TikTok was when she launched it. So yeah. And if you just think about it practically, how few variables there are to running a paid community compared to a lot of other business models, it makes sense. Also, it requires a lot less capital compared to other business models as well. So yeah, you can launch it quickly, pretty much for free, without being an expert, without spending a lot of time planning and setting up websites and tech stuff beforehand. So quickly and cheaply to launch. And you can also launch it at a lower price. Do it that way. And the thing is, a lot of people are doing it that way. It's really one of the common things a lot of people are doing. that are launching a paid community, they start with the price even lower in the beginning to rapidly get a bunch of members on board, and then are gradually increasing it. And the thing is, a lot of those members that get in at a low price on month 1, they'll continue to have that low price for as long as they stay a member. That's often the case, which is making it even more enticing for people to become a member, and in many cases also to stay a member, you know. So yeah, this is not a complete explanation like that, but yeah, in many ways it's really a newbie-friendly business model, especially if you choose the niche or category of where to or who to build the paid community for. Especially if you choose that correctly, if you make a good choice on that, then it's especially newbie friendly. So yeah. Anyway, don't take it from me. If you want to learn from these real life success stories that I've interviewed, you can check it out on communitycashcows.com. And if you join my community, you can connect with a bunch of other people that are also building paid communities. So yeah, check it out on communitycashcows.com. All right, God bless.